listening to Dear Future Sam, a space for honest conversations about building a life and business that actually works for you and your brain. This episode is part of my series, If She Can, So Can I, where I chat with incredible everyday women about how they're building freedom-based businesses, rewriting the rules, creating income, flexibility and alignment on their own terms. I'm Sam, I'm your host, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. Today I am chatting with Connie, who joined the business less than a month ago and has already shown up with so much clarity and intention. She lives down in Somerset with her gorgeous rescue pup Darna and is deeply passionate about helping others. She is driven by a vision of full-time freedom with dreams of consulting and becoming a park ranger, really building a life that's fully on her terms. What I love most is that she looked at others building their dreams and thought, if they can do it, so can I. And that's exactly what she is doing. Her patience, consistency, and grounded belief in what's possible already speak volumes. And honestly, something tells me that this is just the beginning. Connie, I am so glad that you said yes to this conversation. You are going to inspire so many people just by being exactly who you are, and I'm super excited to be chatting with you today. So, first off, how are you doing?
I'm really good. I've had one of those weeks that just clarified everything for me. So I feel really good going into the weekend. So,
That's brilliant. I love those weeks when you, for strange reasons, but you end up thinking, nope, this is definitely the right path.
yeah, like I was 100% crying on Tuesday, and I think the old me would have spiraled like heck. But like you say, it was the 9th of May I signed up, and I've been here and it's just completely changed me. Like I was on the phone to my accountability buddy and I was like this. And even though I just had like a mini breakdown and spiraled like heck, I was like this. I was like, actually, no, because I have this business, I have this way out and I can see a light. And it's not just one of those lights that you always tell yourself, it's the retirement light. Like the light is there, it's at the end of the tunnel. And if you save up and work hard and all that stuff, this light is blinding. And I'm so excited.
But I can actually feel it through the screen. It's amazing. So, with that, I guess, then let's just start with you. So, who are you? What was life like before you started this business?
Oh gosh. So I am it's hard, isn't it? It's like because you don't want to label yourself and just be like, these are the things that society has told me that I am. So it's like I was in the Navy for 12 years. I left 5 years ago, just before the pandemic, basically after I was told that I was out of sight, out of mind for promotion. And all my hard work was just going to be ignored. Like I have actual scars on my hands from the work. I missed so many family events. I was like, no, I'm done with you. Moved into consultancy and thought, in the end, I was like, no, done with you. And then I moved to another job, which I'm currently in now. So don't really want to talk about that too much. But I've got to a point where I just think the popularity contest within the corporate world and the false, empty promises of you work hard, you will be recognized. You've just got to trust the process. It's just got me. And it makes me super emotional. So my friend lost her parents in a car accident last year, like both gone, and it was devastating. And for me, it was obviously the impact on her, but it was the fact that when she was going through their house, it was the things that were just left. Like they walked out of the house, they had things on the table, they had a fridge of food, they had plans in their calendars, and it was that hit me was we work in these jobs we hate with the promise that one day it will get better, and it just like I kept sort of spiraling in this. And my mum's going into semi-retirement now, and we love walking together. And she was saying about how she's getting older. She was like, "Oh, I don't think I'll be able to do many of these walks anymore." Sort of going into the future, and it broke me because I don't want to be spending my time in these offices with these people that I don't really like. But you force yourself to like these people because you spend 8 hours a day with them. And I thought I want to be with my mom before she goes, and I want to be with my husband and my friends. And I don't I don't want to force myself to do something I don't like anymore. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to click that ad and I'm just going to see what it's about. And I think it was genuinely one of those moments where I thought, I see these people, I've been following these people on LinkedIn, Instagram, all these things, living the life that I want. And I'm like, well, how do they get that? And I found it, and it's so fucking liberating, like knowing that there is a way that it's it's going to be possible.
I love that.
So
I love that so much. With what you were saying about how many of us are raised with that whole one day thing. One day I'm going to be able to enjoy the world. One day when I retire, I'm going to go on all these walks that I love. And then, like you've just said, your mum's experiencing, one day is coming and she's thinking, actually, I don't think I can do these things anymore because I'm older and my body's not up to it now because I'm 66 plus potentially and
yeah,
retiring. And it is that promise of one day that actually never comes, that so many of us live by. And it's
yeah,
terrifying when, especially like you experienced, something tragic happens and it's just taken away. And you realize the plans in the calendar, the savings pots that have been saved for a rainy day, they're just left. And actually, you didn't experience a life that was out there waiting for you to grab it because you were waiting for one day to do it. And it blows my mind. It gives me goosebumps saying it because
yeah,
now having had that realization, it is just like there is no one day. One day is today. Today is a day. I could do so many things with my day today, with my children, with my husband, and make memories and make those moments now,
yeah,
not wait for one day that is a promise that might never come. So
yeah,
that's incredible. So thank you very much for sharing that.
yeah.
Um, and obviously, that kind of answers the next question I was going to ask, which was what made you take the leap? I guess these kind of moments that have happened over the last couple of years, or year or so even, have just made you go, yeah, no, now is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, I guess the next question is what has your journey looked like so far? I know so far it has been quite short because, like you said, it actually has been less than a month since
Yeah.
you even signed up, not even got started. It happened so quickly. So yeah, what has your journey looked like so far? Have you felt any personal shifts or unexpected lessons, or have you had a favorite part so far since you started?
It's honestly been, and I don't want to sound gushy, it's been life-changing, genuinely. Like I signed up, so my husband, disclaimer, doesn't know about this. He's gone away on a deployment for 9 months. So we don't have regular comms, so I don't really want to like bog him down with, oh yeah, I've invested in myself and all this stuff. So this is going to be, hey, success when he comes home. But he left on the 9th of May at 1:45 in the morning, and I had my call with Rachel at 9 o'clock in the morning. So
Wow.
yeah, and it was the 9th of the 9th, and nine is such like a lucky number for me. So I was like, yep, this is going to happen. And then I started the 6 week onboarding and doing the gratitude. I found myself an accountability buddy within the first sort of 3 days. So we've been on the journey together, and it's just been insane, like being part of the group chats as well, and just seeing the positivity of all these women that I'm in the same community with. Like, I'm so usually surrounded by negativity with the people I work with who they don't like work. And my friends are bogged down with life, and everyone tries to be positive, but this feels like it's like a genuine positivity, and it oozes into you, doesn't it? Like when you open up an app and everyone's celebrating wins for each other and welcoming each other into the community, just it affects you, doesn't it?
Completely. It seeps
Yeah,
into you. And I was actually saying this the other day because it's been a huge thing for me. I didn't start this business to make friends or to be part of a community. And as
yeah,
someone who's always struggled with that, actually it was really intimidating to me coming into this group of people.
yeah,
But actually, what has become so clear to me is that you surround yourself with what you want to become, what you want to go into, what you want to be. And before, like you were saying, in work environments and just generally, we tend to bond on negative things and on
Yeah.
complaining, and that's how we connect with people. And it's really sad that that's become
Yeah.
our norm, that we connect on, oh, I don't like that, or oh, this has happened at work, or this is blah blah blah. We connect with people over moaning and complaining. And the community that we're a part of is actually people who are saying, I'm done with complaining. I'm doing
Yeah.
something about it. And we're all doing it together. We're all our biggest cheerleaders on the good days, and we're shoulders to cry on when it's struggling, when it's a bit hard, because we do have those days too. But
Yeah.
I've never felt more accepted and, like you say, more genuine kind of love and support and just positivity in a space ever in my life
Yeah.
than we have. And having that access to that every single day is such a massive part of the journey. Because of course you could do this alone. You absolutely could do it alone. So many people go into entrepreneurship, starting businesses, all that kind of thing alone. But a lot of them fail, and a lot of them fail because they're doing it alone and they don't have
Yeah.
that support. And it's just magical. And like you said, life-changing. When you're surrounded by that positive energy every day, it is life-changing because it doesn't just affect your business, it affects every aspect. And I don't know, have
Yeah.
you had anybody say to you yet, you're different?
I actually did yesterday. So I was talking to one of the managers in my office, and I'd just been really upset. And he was just chatting about it with me, and I now had to go to a meeting. So I walked out with my book, and obviously I was a bit like, can't be bothered to be here. I don't want to be here, but I'm going to be here. It's only short term. This isn't my forever. All those sorts of, I'm going to get going. And yeah, and then I saw this lady who moved from our office. She was like, "You're glowing." She was like, "You look so well. You look so happy." And I was there, like, properly sort of, "I'm not, I'm not, I'm not." And then seeing her, I was like, "Oh, maybe I am." And it was she said, like, "You just look happy." And
Yeah.
I feel genuinely happy as well. Because sometimes when so I had some issues last year and I spiral and I have this habit and I went to therapy and talked it out and everything like that. And I I used to force myself to be happy. And it's like inside you're dying and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't. My soul is just screaming at me to just take a break or whatever it needs. I feel like genuinely, I wake up in the mornings and I'm hearing the birds and I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good day. And I genuinely feel like it is. Like, not like, I don't want to be gushy and gross, but it's like, it genuinely is a good day.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. I don't think you are being gushy or gross. I think we look at happiness and we look at these things to be grateful for as like these huge high up things. And like you said, waking up and just hearing the birds, that's huge. That's a massive thing to get to be grateful for and get to just have that like contentment in your life of just being like, I'm okay. Like, I'm
Yeah,
okay. And I'm not constantly, again, like we said, striving for one day or tomorrow will be better.
yeah,
You're just able to enjoy a cup of tea or the sound of the birds or the sun.
yeah,
Like, there's something about stripping it back and going back to the basics. And again, being surrounded by people who are doing the same
yeah.
is, yeah, it is incredible. And I love that someone's already noticed that in you because I can feel it radiating through the screen. You are so happy, and it's lovely to know that that's happening for you and that it's possible. Because I think a lot of people also look at like entrepreneurship, building your own business, and they think, oh yeah, but I'm never going to be that happy until I am
Yeah,
super successful, earning millions, whatever. But actually, the truth is, as soon as you make that mindset shift of saying, actually, I'm not going to be controlled by this system anymore, I am going to build my own,
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
It's huge. And the growth takes time, but the mindset shift happens quite quickly. And that is just lovely. And it's lovely to see that you're feeling that. So that's awesome. So how has being part of the business so far supported your life, your confidence, your goals?
Um, so I've put in my calendar. So I did have that I wanted to leave next year because I owe the company some money for a course that I've done. So it's like a return of service thing. So that was next year. And I've put it as being my goal is I want to leave in December now
Wow.
because that's my goal is like this week has completely and utterly just it's one of the like you read all these sort of growth things and it's like you have to shatter to come back sort of thing. And when I started the this plan and this business, I genuinely thought I'd had my shatter. Last year was awful. So the past few weeks has been so abrasive to my new life that I'm trying to build that I thought, oh gosh, it's just another shatter sort of thing. And my accountability buddy actually found this, I can't remember who it is, but they were talking about how when you're building a new life, you will always have echoes of your old coming through. And it's not to sort of say you're doing wrong. This is here, this is what you're supposed to be doing. It's not there trying to drag you back. It's like the spirit or whatever you sort of believe that higher thing is saying, this is right for you. This is an echo of what you are leaving. You are building something better. It's just an echo. And I think this week has definitely like it was Tuesday, basically. It was Tuesday. I went to see my line management and they said, you're overdue a promotion or pay rise, but we can't give it to you right now. But here's three extra jobs. And I found out that one of those extra jobs would actually cost the company £20,000 if they got an external person in. So, yeah. And I was like, the old me would have been like, yeah, no, this is an amazing opportunity and it'd be great on my CV and things like that. And they started creeping into the back of my head because I started getting that doubt of what if this business doesn't work? And I sort of walked out of that room and I had my cry and I was like, I am worth more than this. And I know that this business is going to succeed. I know that I am going to succeed. And I know, and that's when I sort of put in this leaving day of I will put my notice in here because I can't keep having that in my life. Like the Navy did it to me. My consultancy job did it to me. These guys are doing it to me. It's like, oh, we will recognize you, but right now you just have to stay in this little box that we put you in. And I mean, I regularly have these rants, especially since my friend's experience, because I always hate the fact that your wage given to you by your work is basically somebody's allocation of an hour of your life. Like that hour is the most precious thing we have because, like we've said, we have no guarantee over tomorrow. And we're being told that an hour of our time is worth £15, £10, whatever. And that's the disparity as well that I hate is because you're deemed like less skilled or whatever, you get less money. Somebody that can chat a load of crap, they get loads more money. And it's like, how dare you sort of do that? And Tuesday for me, it was just like, how dare you put more on me and still say that I am only worth, I don't even know what my hourly, but I am only worth this. Like, how dare you put that on me and expect me to be happy? So yeah,
It's
that was
so
the shift that
powerful.
happened this week.
It is so powerful, honestly. Thank you so much for sharing it because I know that so many people feel this way and I have had a lot of experiences very recently like you of those little echoes coming in and they do wobble you. They do wobble you because ultimately you might be miserable in your life, but it's safe. It feels safe. And our bodies and our nervous systems crave safety. We're doing this big scary thing ultimately. We're going against the system. We're doing it a different way. And these little nuggets of like, oh, but
Yeah.
oh, they're your body trying to go, but it's safe over here. And we're going, yeah, but it's so miserable. I'm not doing that anymore. And it's uncomfortable pushing against it, but we know that it's going to be worth it. And like we were talking about earlier, even the shifts in your mindset, in your positivity already that's a huge thing that's happened in a very short space of time for you. So just imagine by December where you're going to be. It is incredible. I'm very, very excited to see it.
So so excited. It's like, what would happen now?
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing people's journeys, seeing the people that when I speak to my mentor now, she regularly says you're unrecognizable to the person who I spoke to on that first call, and I can see that now
Yeah.
and see the growth that has happened. And it's incredible seeing that in others that come in and seeing the growth and finally getting to meet people in person is a
Yeah.
great thing as well.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, seeing how far they've come, see how their lives have changed, see the moves that they're making because they decided to take back their control. And it's just incredible. And I love it. I love it. It's very, yeah, it's amazing. So I guess the last question I wanted to ask, which I've had to change a little bit because normally I would say, what would you say to your past self if they were unsure? But I don't think you had any uncertainty. I think you were sold. So what I would like to know is if someone is listening to this right now and they are stuck in that fear, the self-doubt, they're just not sure whether this kind of opportunity could really work for them. They're a bit skeptical. What would you want them to know? What would you say to them from where you are now, less than a month into the business? What would you tell someone in that position?
So I frame it as I mean I save the discovery process as scammy scam because I genuinely thought it was a big old scam, and I thought that this investment was going to be gone forever and everyone was just going to be gone to the dust. And then I got added to the phone calls and things like that. And I kind of reframed my thinking around it being a scam, of it being you're breaking away from the scam, because the biggest scam is the allocation of your hours and that you have to wait for being 67 before you live your life, that you have to just put this time in towards somebody else's dream, and there's always going to be somebody underneath you, there's always going to be somebody above you. And I just think the scammy scam has turned into me seeing the scam like a matrix kind of thing and changing that mindset. And I think starting to recognize that and seeing all these other people starting to change and live their lives, it is amazing. And I think you just need to take that leap. And I think because it does take that sort of to get your business started, it takes an investment. But you're not scared to go to the local Audi garage and buy a car, which depreciates in value as soon as you drive it away. People aren't scared of going and starting a bakery or something like that. Because when I started, I was a bit nervous of telling people because I thought, I don't want that stigma. I don't want that, oh, you're scamming people, which I thought it was happening. So, and I want to address that. Like, you think it's a scam because that's what society's told you it is. That's what you're led to believe by the people who have been victims of pyramid schemes. And doing the research, like do as much research as you need, talk to as many people as you need to feel it in your heart that it's an okay thing to do, because you are, in the end, investing in yourself and your journey. You're not investing in a new Audi that's going to be for the shareholders. You're not investing in anything else but yourself. And I think having that message is would help. It would help me, and I'm hoping it will help somebody else. It's like just seeing it as your scammy scam, and this is you making you work. Like it's your journey to change your narrative and to get your freedom back, to be able to be with your children and going on adventures and things. So yeah, see it as a scam, but see it as you opening up to the scam.
I love that. That is amazing. It is, yeah, incredible. I don't even know that, yeah. I don't even know how to respond to that. It's incredible. I think you're so right. You are so, so right. And we are just brought up to believe that these things aren't work. But then when you start seeing it through a different lens, you do see how much we're conditioned to believe that this system is the right way. But then when you start breaking it down and going, huh,
Yeah,
I wonder
Yeah.
why we're being told these things and kept in the system. And believe me, when I started hearing things like that, I was like, yeah, of course you're going to say that. But now I really do understand it. And I'm not here to convince people who want to go and stay in that
No.
route. If they want to stay in that route, that is
Yeah.
fine. But what I want to do is empower people to realize that they don't have to, that there
Yeah.
is another way, and they don't have to wait for their one day. They can start creating that now. And
Mhm.
it is possible to do. And it's like you said, it's changing that mindset of realizing that this isn't the scammy scam, but it will
Yeah.
open your eyes up to one hell of a scammy scam that is going on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that will change the way you think about things forever.
It
Definitely.
does. Yeah, it really does. Like I had a conversation with a guy in the office and he because I was saying everyone can have the life that they want. He says, yeah, but you're always going to need somebody who does the menial jobs. I'm like, but what if they don't enjoy it? And he went, but they'll have to do it. I'm like, why do they have to do it? He says, because we need this stuff. And I'm like, there it is. You need the stuff that people are selling you. Like you need the latest iPhone that you can't repair and it has to be disposed of because that makes Apple money. You need all these things. Like honestly, I there's a Netflix program on like shopping or buy more, the shopping conspiracy.
Blows your mind.
Ties in so well with what
Mhm.
this is, what this business is. And it is, yeah,
It does.
just
It blows your mind. And I am like that. I grew up in a household that we fixed everything. We
yeah,
didn't buy new, we fixed everything. Not because we couldn't afford it. I was in a very lucky position growing up. My dad did have a very good job, but we always fixed things because what was the point in buying a new one when you could fix it? And that's how I was brought up. And I'm now bringing up my children and they hand me something, a toy or something, and it's broken, and I have to say, I can't fix it because
yeah,
that's the way that the world is going, is they're making things that we cannot fix to push us to buy more things. And it's
yeah.
sad
It
and
is, yeah,
a bit depressing, really.
yeah,
But yeah, it's crazy. You can dig into it, and I honestly encourage people to dig into it if they're interested because it will blow your mind and you will
yeah,
look at everything differently. But yeah, there is other ways. There is other
yeah.
ways. We're just they're kept like hush hush because they don't want
I
us to
don't know.
find them.
No, the scammy
Ultimately.
scam.
Yeah, the scammy scams. I love that. Scammy scams. I'm gonna use that. Well, thank you very much for your time, Connie. I appreciate you being here and talking to me. And I know this is going to inspire so many people and
Hope
be
so.
very, very helpful. And I have just had a lovely time chatting to you,
Yeah,
getting to know more about your story. So thank you
yeah.
very, very much.
No, that's fine. No, glad to be of help.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dear Future Sam. I hope this conversation gave you a little spark of what's possible and a reminder that you are never too much, you are never too late, and you are never alone. If this resonated, I'd love for you to share it, tag me, or send it to someone who needs to hear it. And if you're curious about this business model and what it could look like for you, my inbox is always open. I'll pop a link in the show notes with more information too. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. You're doing better than you think. Speak soon.